Yeah. Oh, off the charts! I'm telling you, off the charts. If you
But my parents thought vocal lessons aren't important, and they stressed
because
on.
they were like, my daughter sings well anyways.
No, not like that also.
He has this line where he says, "Graduation of sonship is friendship." With your parents, right?
Yeah.
And it's such an honor to be your father's friend.
Wow,
kind of a thing.
yes. I think most times we forget that, our parents also, they're just like us. They're also growing, as we grow.
Exactly.
I don't know what else to say. I'll get emotional if I talk about
You can.
parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I might start crying. I was asking God, if I don't have any of these blessings that I have now, if I lose my voice, for example, or if I lose someone close to me, if I lose my family, how would I still love you? Like, would I still pray? Would I still serve you or love you like the way I do now? Nah? There's one preacher, I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but yes, that. Wow. Do your vocal warm-ups exercises every day. It's something I keep reminding myself also. But there's one particular exercise, okay, I've been keeping it for so long, but I feel like I'll just share it to you.
Oh, wow.
There's this.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ready?
Yeah.
Good buds. Right. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Munguli Sangtam podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us. Our very first guest. Thank you so much, Koko Savino, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Good.
How's your day?
I just got back from my work,
Yeah.
so I had a long day,
Yeah.
but I think this is such a nice way to wind down.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time out and just from a busy schedule to come here. Yeah. What does your daily day look like? Why did that sound so like that didn't come out of my mouth really? what does your daily day look like? What?
Are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wake up, of course, obviously, and
Obviously. And then you teach.
This is my glove focus lagi. So wait, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah. Rolling.
So my normal day, I wake up in the morning, and I take my online lessons.
Yeah.
I give online lessons.
Yeah.
And after that, if I wake up,
What time is that?
so usually 4:30ish. So if I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and if my classes are till say 8 a.m., I usually go back to sleep because I need energy for
The
later.
part
The rest of the day,
Yeah.
And after that,
So 4:30 to 8 is your class.
yeah, most days.
That's long. That's like 3.5 hours.
But not every
4
day,
now.
not every day.
Okay.
So these days I do 3 times a week
Okay.
my online lessons, no?
Yeah.
And then offline work usually starts from 2 or maybe say 3 o'clock.
Also, you have enough time to actually
I have
rest.
enough time to rest, yeah.
In my mind, I was thinking like you take like 2 hours sleep and then go.
No.
your working day
Oh
and
my
stuff.
gosh, no. I want to be here, yeah.
Makes sense. All right, and so what do you teach?
I teach voice and also a little bit of piano.
Online as well.
Online I teach only vocals.
Yeah.
But offline I teach vocals and piano.
Nice. When did teaching start?
No. I think it's been 6 to 7 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. I mean, a lot of people know you already. But tell us a little bit about who's Koko Savino.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I am a singer and also a music teacher by profession.
Oh.
And I think apart from that, how do I put it? I'm such an introvert. I'm an introvert actually. A lot of people don't know that because my work demands me to be, like
You can pass
more
as
of
an
like a
introvert.
social,
I think you're more of
social
an
butterfly.
introvert,
I'm
yeah.
more of a homebody, and I love dogs.
Okay. How many dogs do you have?
I have 2 dogs.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much.
Your early life, like kind of where did you grow up? When did music start? When did music start for you?
Okay. So, I was born and brought up in Koima only.
Nice.
Wow, what was that English? Wait. What was that? I fumbled.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No worries.
Okay, wait. So,
Aram se.
now that's the good thing about Mungli's podcast.
Yeah.
I was born and brought up
Yeah.
from or in Koima?
I was born and brought up in Koima.
Koima na,
Yeah.
yun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I was born and brought up in Kohima,
Yeah.
and I came to Dimapur, I think, when I was a year old.
Yeah.
And ever since I was little,
Yeah.
I always had this thing for singing.
Oh.
I always loved singing,
Yeah.
but I only discovered, my passion for singing 7 years back.
Oh.
Yeah, 7 to 8 years back.
Your early years. I remember you told me once about how like you used to just sing when you were a small kid. You used to like sing everywhere and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what my grandma used to say. So ever since I started not even talking,
Wow.
it seems I used to hum melodies and I would
So good.
sing a lot.
And like you said 7 years ago, like 7 years ago was when you said you started singing like how
Professionally,
what, like,
no?
professionally.
Yeah.
No, so in between, like you were still singing, were you singing in churches?
Yeah,
or, like,
I
were you
used to,
singing-
yes.
So when did you start like singing like that in like a setting or even songwriting? Because when you say you started singing before you started talking, easily singing came before songwriting, right? So like, but when did you start performing? When did like you start writing songs and stuff like that? Even
I think this all happened after I moved to Shillong for my bachelor's, no?
okay,
I think it was around the time only. So I joined a choir group called Aroha Choir, no? And there I took up singing like seriously.
yeah,
That was when I discovered, okay, you know what, I want to do this.
yeah.
And ever since then,
What was it? What was it that made you go? I want to take this seriously.
I really enjoyed. I mean, the whole thing about the choir was like an eye-opening for me.
Okay,
So all the members in the choir, including our teacher, our mentor, Auntie Pauline, she's like literally the best. I keep saying this to everyone I meet.
yeah,
But she inspired me so much.
yeah,
And including her, the rest of the choir members, and seeing them, I realized, you know what, I think this is what I want to do. I think I want to
Yeah.
take up singing, as my professional career. And ever since then, I started writing my own songs, and I think it was after COVID hit. I
Yeah.
never really performed anywhere. I think with the group I used to,
Oh.
but after COVID, that's when I started performing at weddings and
So like 2020.
Yeah,
So when
2020.
when was this Shillong time? Like which year was this?
2017, 18
Ah,
ish.
okay, and you were in
Yeah.
Shillong till 2020. Was COVID the thing that brought you back?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
same.
Really?
Same. Yeah, I was in Hong Kong and COVID got me back home.
Wow, nice.
And yeah, and I just stayed back. Yeah. Oh wow. So wait. So you were in a choir and you used to perform. I mean, of course, I guess the choir used to perform.
Yeah, I
and stuff
performed
like
with the choir.
Yeah. And so what got you to like? Because I do remember the first time I saw you was Ozuki. So will I
Uzuki, so. Oh,
recover?
yeah.
That's when I first saw you, and that was also 2020, I guess.
I think that was post-COVID. Nah?
Ah,
Yeah.
I don't know. You would know.
So what
You should
happened
know.
was, after I came back,
Yeah.
I recorded one song. Okay, so
Yeah.
I had no plans to open up a YouTube channel or anything.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. But after COVID, what happened was I randomly recorded a song and I decided to put it up on YouTube.
Okay.
And I think pretty much after that, there was one COVID that time. What was this? Songwriting competition or something.
The Morung thing.
I don't know. I don't remember
Oh,
anymore. But I think
the
it was
one
by
where
Naga
the one
musicians.
where DK wrote what the world needs now is love.
Oh really? I didn't know about that.
And the song just kept. The song was just.
I don't know
The
about
song
that.
is.
But there was
Unbeaten,
this
yeah.
competition, and I participated in it.
Oh wow.
And pretty much after that, I got
So how did that So Will I happen?
So
Who reached
Will
out to
I.
you?
So
Was it
will
Tushi?
I? No.
Zaza.
Kevin,
Oh.
Kevin and I.
Okay.
We always wanted to record a song together.
Yeah.
And COVID la time,
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
decided,
Yeah.
and then, we first.
Oh, was it
initially-
him in the piano?
Yeah,
Was it him in the keys?
Yeah. That was Kevin. We recorded
okay.
2 songs.
Yeah.
Jealous and So. Oh, initially we went to record So Will I.
Yeah.
That was the first one. But Sir Kevino,
Yeah.
Element in
Kevi
D.
Pucho.
Yeah.
He's a household name in this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is gonna come out after. This is gonna come out before KL Pamay, but KL Pamay also talks about it in the future.
Wow. Okay. So basically, he really liked our sound,
Yeah.
and so he agreed to record.
Yeah.
I mean, Jealous, not the song Jealous.
Yeah.
That was from his end. So yeah, that was very nice of him.
Oh, nice. A little bit more about that. Like, so when did you that happen? And you said you opened a YouTube channel,
Yes.
and then you started putting covers, or what?
Yes. Something like that.
You started putting what? What did you put out first?
I think it was the song Forever by Luis Capaldi.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that was the first song I put out, and after
And
that,
then you
I
started
don't
getting
remember.
traction. People started loving your voice.
Yeah.
So good.
Something like that.
Nice. I mean, yeah. Like for me, I always tell people like you're by far the best singer I know.
Oh,
Like
come on.
really, the way you
No.
sing and excuse me. I think it also goes to it's because you are also a teacher. Like you have all your kind of what do you say, like the technical things, right? I guess like the techniques and stuff like that.
I think
to
it's
an extent.
also because of the training I underwent under something. Antipolin and the choir, no?
choir.
So those
Oh.
those guys
Foundational.
really shaped me, yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
Top notch.
Yeah. And then comes your natural kind of talent with your voice and stuff like that. And you're your diction is amazing, and like you, I think it's fair to say one of the things I think people will agree is lacking in a bunch of Naga singers is the diction only. You feel like is that they don't really they eat up their words a little bit. They can't really get the voices the words out, and that's common. And I think the reason why we say it is that's also something we can improve in. But you do it
Yeah.
really well. Like
Thank you.
I would hear your song and I wouldn't need lyrics.
Aww.
Like you could just like hear, and that's also I really believe that's why people can connect to your songs and when you're singing. Is because we can hear all the words. It's legible to us, right? Yeah.
Aw, that's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah, and I had the honor to like listen to you so many times like live and stuff like that. So it's been amazing. Yeah. So a little bit about that, like a little bit about how did you get this good?
Wow.
Or did you always have it? So you said the choir and all that, but of course there must have been a lot of work that went in, I guess. Practice, or did you always just have it like?
No,
because
no,
it's fair if you just had it as well.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm still a work in progress though.
Of
But
course,
I think my dad, he was very particular about the diction thing.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So ever since I was little, my dad would stress on our pronunciation and all of
There
that.
we
No,
go,
he stressed on
exactly.
English. So he actually wanted me to take up English
Yeah.
literature,
Okay.
but I disobeyed him and
What
I
did you
took
take?
economics.
Really? You did?
I took up economics. But yeah, I think my dad has really good English, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think my grandpa also did. So he instilled, that was very, how do I put it? He was very stern about, having good diction when singing and speaking as well.
Yeah.
And so I think part of it is from my dad,
Yeah.
and the other one of Shillong.
Yeah, and I
After
think
I went to
one of the
Shillong.
things that stood out, I mean, initially as well, like, at least, I don't know if I ever heard you talk before we met. I think I did. But, like, yes, your English was definitely something that, like, stood out.
Oh my gosh.
And it's good. And it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, what?
I'll start speaking broken English then.
Yeah, so, how did econ happen? How did economics happen?
Economics. I think that was a substitute for, how do I put it? Skipping science. No, actually,
Were you good at studies? Pretty good that your parents
not
wanted you to take
that
science. Or
good. But I used to be a sincere student. That's all. That's for sure.
where did you study till class 12?
St. Joseph High Secondary School.
Where's
It's
that?
in 7th Mile.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And in
It's
Kohima,
a
where
good
do you
school.
study?
It's cool. Kohima, I don't remember.
Oh, you moved quite early then?
Yeah. I mean, I studied. It was my kindergarten. I think I did it in Kohima, one school, but I don't remember the
Daily
name
Buds or
anymore.
what?
No. I don't think it's Daily Buds. I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're a pretty diligent student.
Not intelligent.
Diligent.
Diligent is
Yeah.
a good term. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to be.
So tell us a little bit about that time. Like, what did Koko do in her school days? What did you like to do? What type of a girl were you at that?
I think, I don't know, I was a pretty decent student.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say I was a pretty girl.
No.
Yes.
I was very studious as well. That's for sure.
Mhm.
And I remember, like, I used to be like the good student, nah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, good
Quiet,
example.
a good student, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah, that was me in high school.
No, what did you
That
do?
was-
What did you do? Like, what were you into other than music? Were you still like heavily into music then?
Oh yes, I used to sing in school functions
Very
and
good.
assembly
My
and all.
first
nah?
question itu disitu mo.
Itu where?
Itu apa sih? There-
I used to sing, yeah. School programs kind of, I used to sing there. Yeah.
Yeah. So when did these things start? When, like, because you can't just randomly be on stage. Like when
Right.
was your first time on stage? You can keep it on the table if you want.
Yeah, no? I think so.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember. Oh no,
that's
wait,
how
I do
early it was.
remember. Wow. You know my cousin.
You're getting back into your
Yes.
what's the word? You're retrospecting.
Yeah. So my cousin sister, who happened to be my senior in high school, no?
Okay.
She heard me sing in church. I mean, I started singing from Sunday school only.
There we go.
So she heard me singing in church, and we have this house
Yeah, yeah.
assembly, you know,
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
The
yeah.
greenhouse, yellow house,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that. So we were in the same house, red house.
Yeah.
So were you red house as well? What? Nice, yeah. And she wanted me to sing
Oh.
this particular day, a school assembly program, you know, and I sang. And after that, like the teachers would put my name in every school program. That's
Yeah.
how it started, actually. Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah. How did it feel? So you said so it was so early on with Sunday school that you don't even remember your first time
No,
singing.
no.
It was so just but that you know how crazy that is? Because people have stage fright.
Oh,
And, like, you never-
I don't remember having
Right,
stage fright.
right,
Okay,
exactly.
honestly, wow.
You didn't
yeah.
you probably don't realize how
Yeah.
special that is, and
Wow.
because it just was something you had.
I think so.
Because
I was born
every
with it.
like not every, but like every time I kind of speak along these lines with singers and songwriters or people who perform, they always have a vivid memory or like kind of experience with their first time on stage. But yours came so naturally that it was like.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Did your parents always encourage you to like?
They wanted me to be either a doctor or an IS officer.
Yeah.
And actually, they weren't very, how do I put it, supportive of me taking up music lessons. But
Yeah.
they did let me take piano lessons up till I was in, class 8 or 9. And I wanted
Okay.
to take vocal lessons so much.
Okay.
Because I
But
did
you
like
you already had
singing,
it,
but
yeah.
And I wanted to take vocal lessons because I wanted to learn to sing better and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But my parents thought vocal lessons aren't important, and they stressed
Because
on.
they were like, my daughter
Yeah.
sings well anyways.
No, not like that also. But for them, I think then
Yeah.
instruments were
More.
more important. I know.
I mean, it makes sense. Like it's one of those things where like it's so. Why would I pay for this kind of a thing? It's so
Yeah.
like it makes sense. I guess. Yeah.
So I only took up piano lessons.
Yeah.
Yes. And funny thing, fast forward. After my bachelor's, I wanted to take up music because after joining the choir,
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't join the choir yet, but I heard about the choir from a few of my friends now,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be part of the choir, and I wanted to stay back and take up music. I wanted to join the choir, but I was so scared to tell my parents because I know they would say no, nah. But I remember this particular day because I had to go. If I had to be part of the choir, I had to go through some auditions.
Okay.
And audition day was like just around the corner.
Okay.
It was either that or
This is
come
the
back
same
to
choir in
Singapore.
Shillong, right?
Yeah, the same
Okay,
choir in
yeah,
Shillong.
yeah, yeah.
So it was either auditions or come back home.
Come back home. Yeah.
So I remember calling my dad. No. Before I called my dad, I knew what my dad was going to say. So what I did was I prayed. I remember. I still
Wow.
remember it very clearly. I knelt down and then this was my prayer. I said, God, if this is your will, if this is what you want me to do, then please change. Like talk to my dad.
Yeah.
I don't have to say anything. Also, just do something or the other, or make this happen. That was my prayer. Okay. And then I called my dad and I said, I want to stay back and take up singing lessons. And then surprisingly, he said, okay. Like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. That's what he said.
So good.
And I was like, wow, thank God. And yeah, the next day I went for auditions and yeah, thank God I got in.
Yeah.
And that's basically how all of this started.
But Just that thing when you said about your dad, like how you said, I knew what he was gonna say. But that's how the devil works now. The enemy, like fear,
Yeah, exactly.
it's this whole like made up. You start making up all these things where in reality it's a whole different thing,
Right.
and like
Oh
you
my.
just start fearing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes, yes.
so so since then your father has given you green light, like
Oh yes, they're so supportive.
so
Yeah.
good. But like,
They're good.
oh yeah, so was it you or was it them that changed? Like, was it you that thought that they really wanted you to be IAS and doctor and all that stuff? And like, you always had that thing growing up? No, because same for me. Like, it was until class 10 that I realized I thought my dad was very strict. He is, like, in the certain things, right? But boarding school, like, I was in a boarding school from class 6 to 12. And in class 10, I've shared this story a lot about how my dad allowed me to do what I wanted to do, kind of a
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right? Like, but I didn't know he would do that because, again, I was in a boarding school. Yes, I was close to him, but not like I wouldn't meet him daily and I didn't know him. But I was also having that fear of, and I think this could be you as well, right? Like this fear of all my friends, all my seniors. They always talked about how they wanted to take something else, but their parents wanted them to take something else, and they have to do what their parents want. And so for me as well, I had that fear. I was like, wait, maybe when I go to talk to my father about this, he may have a whole path made for me. And then I went in there, and he would, like same for me as well. It was the same thing where he was like, do whatever you want, but make sure you're good at it, kind of a thing, right?
Right.
That's when I realized, wait, it's a whole different picture that I had in my mind that my dad wanted me to do this or that or that. Like they never really pushed or anything as well, but I had that fear that was not even real,
Right.
right? So was that for you as well? Like think about it
Yeah.
now, like
Yeah, for same to same.
right? Like it was just something that you just thought because it's a common thing in
Right. Yeah.
our place.
Yes. Yeah, fear. Yes, that was definitely the thing. But after, like, deciding to take up singing.
Yeah.
Now, if I look back, my parents have been so supportive.
So good.
Of course, they wanted the best for me, which at the time they thought I would be, like doctor or IS. Blah blah blah.
You thought.
They thought.
Oh, they thought. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
wanted. I didn't want to be, like I didn't want to study for IS
yeah.
doctor. I did want to be a child doctor. Okay, at one point because I love babies.
For some reason, when you said for some reason when you said child doctor, I thought you would become a doctor,
When I was,
like a small child doctor.
what do you call it? I think it's pediatrician or something, nah?
Yeah,
Pediatrician.
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 Is it pedia?
Was it? Yeah.
Because pedi would be like pedicare.
Oh.
Pediatrician, Pediasure. I know Pediasure. There's this thing product called Pediasure.
Oh wow.
Pediatrician. Pediasure is those Cerelac Pediasure, no? Hey, Cerelac Pediasure types. Anyways. Okay.
But yes.
So, you wanted to be a child doctor,
At one point.
doctor for children. Yeah.
Yes.
Because child doctor sounds like child singer, right? You can't- it's not
But
Yeah.
yeah,
child actor.
wanted to do
child
that as
doctor, yeah.
well.
Okay, so but it's like I think you have realized it as well. But it's such a blessing to have parents like that because your parents definitely came from a place of love. A lot of parents, at least where we are, come from a place of fear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, it's the same thing, kind of like, oh, they want us to be okay. But one is coming from a place of love, kind of going like, like let's see what she wants, that kind of a thing. Whereas some always go like, oh, let us do something for them because
Yeah.
if you're gone, what would happen? Which is, I think, understandable.
Yes.
But a lot of parents come from that place of like, oh, oftentimes they're just scared for us, right? Where it's like, once they're gone, will like their perspective would be like, once we're gone, will my child be okay?
Exactly.
But it makes a lot of sense. We're very similar in that sense because even from a very young age, I used to draw. So it wasn't a surprise, and I did tell my parents since class 8 like, oh, there is a career in design.
Oh wow.
Like I do want to like dabble into it, and then again I was pretty good at studies. I was pretty good at like I was doing all these competitions with art, and like they kind of had enough time for them to kind of see like he has that thing. Let him dabble with that a little bit. Same for you.
Same.
Right, like where like they saw you in Sunday school, in church, like singing and all these things, and it makes total sense.
Right.
Whereas a lot of people, they have this thing of they don't show it to their parents. And of course, if like I always talk about this, is like someone like me and someone like you who from a very young age started doing or started sharing it with parents. Like you had that transparency or that thing of letting your parents know that this is something you're interested in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years in the making, and they also have that build up. That's so different from saying, "Oh, I'm going to graduate tomorrow, and I haven't shared this with my parents, but I want to do this thing."
Right.
Right? Because, like I said, for me, the class 8, when I told my mom that there's a career in design, and class 12, there's 4 years.
Damn.
There's 4 years of like them also kind of seeing if I can do that or not,
Right.
and like enough transparency and communication. Communication, I think, is the key,
Yeah.
right? Letting them know, and I think that's also one of the biggest things where we become victims, no? Like a lot of people say, like, my parents don't want me to do this. My parents, but have you ever communicated enough or showed that enough? Like, I think it's communication and competence.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
communicating and showing that like I can somehow manage to do this, right? And yeah, I think we're so blessed to have parents, first of all.
I agree.
And again, even if some people are competent and have communicated, there's still parents who force them to still do something else, and that's really sad. But yeah, I think we're very, very blessed to have parents like
Very,
that.
very blessed. Yes.
How is it with them? Like, have you always been close? Like, how's your relationship with your parents?
Honestly, I'm very close with my grandma and my mom. We're like this.
So good.
My dad, I think we weren't really close. We didn't
Okay.
have that father-daughter relationship.
okay.
Like we weren't very close
Yeah.
as such. But
Was he always working? Stuff.
yeah, sort of.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, but and I was away in hostel for most of my
Oh,
childhood.
really? You're also in a
Hostel.
boarding school kid.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was away from home for most of my childhood, but it's been what? It's been a couple of years now,
Yeah.
and I mean, confidently say that my relationship with my dad has gotten so much better,
Yeah.
and more so after Prism, na.
So good.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
like really good, really good. We're
Yeah.
getting there.
Sometimes you're already there, I guess. Like it's like getting there is like not even a thing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm already
Right?
there.
Like it's just a decision to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
friends
yeah,
with them.
yeah.
And like
Yeah, that's so true.
Yes. TD Jakes, you know TD Jakes, Bishop TD Jakes. He has this line where he says, "Graduation of," and he talks about son, but same with daughters. Like he said, "Graduation of sonship is friendship with your parents, right?
Yeah.
And it's such an honor to be your father's friend,
Wow.
kind of a thing.
Yes. Yes.
And when you look at it from a certain perspective, it's actually scary if you don't graduate to become friend.
Yes.
You can't stay a child until like forever, right?
Yeah.
That means you have a problem, and maybe could be a parenting issue where they spoil you too much and like you're too comfortable in that. Like, and there are people like that, I guess. But what I'm getting to is a question, and then we'll talk more about this. But did you also have this thing where like, wait, it was actually me that I needed to get. Like my father is the way he is. It's actually us that need to go to them,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How did that start?
So again, this
Yeah.
was after I joined Prism, na?
Mhm.
So I think there was a session where Sis Rongson
Yeah,
talked about relationship with your parents.
yeah.
Or in other words, like if you have to serve God, then you have to, like serve your
Honor your
family.
parents.
You honor your
Yeah,
parents.
yeah,
That was
First
that topic
commandment,
was very
promise.
stressed.
Yeah.
So it was around the time, and then I went home, and then I thought about it, and yeah, I think after that, I think it was pretty much after that, I also prayed, and
You just had to go. You just had to go and talk. Right?
yeah, I had to make the decision.
Like
It's now or never.
same for me. It's one of those things where like boarding school. I was in boarding school the whole time, and all the reason to not be close because we're just away, right? But and this didn't come naturally. This didn't come like I had a realization. It has to be God, like. And it wasn't again God saying like go speak kind of a thing. It just happened, and on the hindsight, it has to be God kind of a thing.
Yes.
Like I just had this thing of like, and this is crazy when I think about this is me when I'm like 17 or something,
Aw.
and being able to just realize, wait, if I am to be okay, this goes back to college, school actually.
Okay.
I remember me being really close to a lot of seniors in school. Not because of anything, but I used to just ask them like, "Oh, how you doing? Like, how's your day going?" Like, just randomly talking, like being the extrovert that I am, right? Like, randomly talking. But then I realized, wait, I'm really close to them because I just spark a conversation, right? And like maybe I can start doing that with my parents as well. Like, my mom and my mom is always again super thing. My dad also that like he loves me tremendously, but again that thing of like there was nothing missing. But I just thought, let me try this out. Let me just go ask my dad how's his day going and stuff like that often. And it started with that. It started like, yo, how's your day going? Like, how are you doing? And we would just have conversations about everything. And of course, we didn't start talking about deep things on the first day, but it eventually became that. It became a place where he would trust me with things that no one else would.
So good.
We would be in rooms where he would ask everyone to leave, but he would say like, "You stay," kind of a thing, right? Like
Wow.
all those, and then we would talk about a lot of things, like really becoming his friend. And what I'm getting to is, it's so important not only for us but for them
Yeah.
to be. And there's something I want to share. Like one of the things, this topic about being your parents' friends is such a close thing to my heart because I think you left when we had this government college. When we had the panel talk, you left during the panel talk.
Yes. I love
It
doing
became a
panel
very
talk.
were you there when like it was a very, and this is how God works. We went in there without even thinking what we're going to talk about, but after a certain point it became about this, about like, and then I felt the spirit to like just speak about this, and I was telling this whole thing about like how it's so important for us to be there for them, because growing up as they grow older, if you are their friend, they can now share things that they only keep here to.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the cause of a lot of high blood pressure for a lot of parents, a lot of older people, is because they have things that, again, they're also from a certain generation where talking is a bit rare. Just suck it up, and especially for men, right? Like motaziki, like all of those things. But those places where, and to a fault, like sometimes I'm a little too persistent. I'm like, tell me what happened, kind of a thing. I know him, like I know his face, I know what he's. I'm like, bro, just just tell me and all of those things. And after a certain point, you break that, and then like he shares. But what I'm saying is, there are places where sometimes things that they can't even tell their partners. Like some things my mom cannot tell my father, she's able to tell me. Some things that my father cannot tell my mom, he's able to tell me. Not that they hide it from each other, but just because it's me, kind of a thing, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
well, what I'm getting to is it's a place where they can let go and they can release. Because again, as they get, I'm talking a little bit more about this, but as they go a little older, all they have sometimes, especially in that age, is very, very less of love, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's with you as well, but like my mom and dad, they love each other, so like they have that source within them. But other than like mom, dad, and I, oftentimes it's just stress.
Stress.
Like you open, like especially dads, like all they open is news, and there's no good news. Really, it's always about like Hamas and Israel and like this and that, and like so much stress of the world that they're taking on. And when they open this thing, and it's all about that. And I really believe like us as children, if we're just able to go and spend 30 minutes of our day just talking. And I this can even be facts, okay? Because I test once after 2020, my dad almost passed away, right? So after that, whenever I'm home, I always check his blood pressure every day. And it's almost like a research study now at this point because I know exactly what gets his pressure up and what's down. Like there are a few factors. Like for example, if he has not spent time during the later half of the day, and I check it at night after praying, right?
Okay.
If he has not spent enough time with my mom, his blood pressure is high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If he's alone,
Okay.
his thoughts.
Acha.
And it's so true. Like it's not like he ate something wrong, anything else, but he's just left alone. And like I think it's also thoughts. And then we just sit down and we talk a little bit, and then it tests again. It's lower. You get it? Like it's so real. It's so real, and it's one of those things where, at least for me, I have that evidence kind of to show like this works, this doesn't work, kind of a thing, and it just goes to show like we just have to be there for them.
Yes.
because they
I
get
agree.
more they get even more lonelier and lonelier. Yeah, but yeah, a little bit
Wow.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to say something?
I think most times we forget that, our parents also, they're just like us. They're also growing, no, as we grow.
Exactly.
And we tend to forget that. But whatever you mentioned, those were really good points,
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to say. I'll get emotional if I talk about
You can.
parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I might start crying. But yeah,
That's why I got
It's okay.
tissues. So.
I'll cry after you. After you start crying.
Yeah, but yeah, it's also one of the things where you realize it's hard, but it's also temporary. Like they also
Yes.
like the time you have with them is limited.
Very
And so-
limited, yeah, come on. Oh my gosh.
Realizing that is also huge, right? That one kiss before leaving the room, kind of a thing. Like making sure you don't go to sleep angry or
Yes.
mad, or like at least tell each other I love you. And like that's something I always do. Is like, oh, we could sometimes have the most heated arguments, mom, dad, and I, and you could feel the tension in the room. But like, and I think I know it's the Holy Spirit. Like I cannot leave the room without kissing them or telling them I
Wow,
love you.
So cute.
And I think that's a very powerful thing, because that shows that no matter what we're arguing about, we're talking about, we still love each other. And that's a physical way of telling our mind, because our minds are always, at least what I know about it is like, you need to have certain physical things to let our mind know certain things. So like something like a hug or a kiss really calms you down, right? So not for that reason, but just because I have to, and I don't want to live with regret. Like I don't want to be like, and I've had friends who have their parents pass away, and
Yeah.
like they wish, and like the privilege that we have of like having them around and
Yeah.
taking that for granted, like I cannot live with that. And
Same. I cannot live with regret. That's one thing that I always remind myself also, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's, for me, it's that, like it's one of those things where I have to just make sure I'm letting them know that I love them. They know, but just doing it
know.
often, like I don't miss an opportunity to kiss them
Yeah.
or hug them, or like every single time. It's just I don't want to live with, because I know at some point they will go, and I'll be like, I wish I could kiss them one more time.
Exactly.
I wish I could hug them one more time.
Yeah.
And like I really cannot live with that. So
Yeah.
yeah. How
I think that's one of the good qualities. One amongst the many good qualities that we see in you, no? The
Thank you.
relationship that you share with your parents.
Thank you.
It's very touching, and it is also like a lesson for us, something
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
take on.
Yeah.
So yes,
And like
your parents are very lucky. You're very lucky as well.
yeah, it comes from them.
Full circle.
Like yeah, like this long enough of a topic, but mom and I talk about it all the time. Is this thing of and I think I've shared this with you before, but if there's true genuine love in families, 95% of the world's problem will be solved. Everything stems out of
Yes.
like homes.
Right.
There's a bully in a class because they see it at home. There's some sort of trauma that happened at home that leads to some insecurity, that leads to something that it's always that, like I feel wars start because it's not good at home, or it wasn't good at home. You have people in jail because things were not good at home. And so I really believe it's so important for people to realize, especially husband and wives, to realize like the power that they have, the impact actually,
Impact.
not just within their family, because that goes on to that child that sees you fight could become a terrorist.
Yeah.
You actually have no idea. The child that's it's crazy, and I really like, you watched Jeffrey Dahmer.
I've heard about him. I did
The
watch
serial
short
killer.
clips.
Yeah. So it's very nice the way they show it also, because the initial scenes were actually that, like, of home.
Oh.
Like mom and dad were fighting, and he was always kind of isolated. And it just shows, right? And that whole, again, girls having this daddy issues thing is also because they don't see it at home. They find it, they seek it somewhere else. And all those things. It's one of those things where, like, I really believe you have to. And if you don't have it, like, it's one of those things that where you can break the cycle.
You can.
Yeah.
You can break
And
the cycle.
source is God.
Yes.
Right?
I was
Source
just
is-
thinking of that.
Wow,
Yes,
so
yes.
good. And like
Yeah.
love is Him,
Yeah.
right? Like if you can't learn it horizontally, you can learn it vertically from him. And again, to our point, like at least for us, we have that in families,
Yes.
and we're able. I cannot imagine my life without Jesus and without my parents.
Same.
And it's such a privileged conversation we're having,
Yeah.
right? Like if you actually think about it,
Yeah, yeah.
because that is not the same for a lot of people. Yeah.
We went so deep, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's on your mind?
So, you know what? I think it was just yesterday during my alone time.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I was praying.
Wow,
I was
alone time.
asking God for like
So good.
blessings and stuff. Okay, that was the initial prayer that I had. And I was just thinking, and then I was just praying. And then it got to a point where, I was asking God, if I don't have any of these blessings that I have now, if I lose my voice, for example, or if I lose someone close to me, if I lose my family, how would I still love you? Like, would I still like pray? Would I still serve you or love you like the way I do now? Nah? I was just asking him that question. I was just thinking.
Wow.
So last night, my prayer was all about that.
Wow.
And that was one thing.
And what came out of it? No, like, actually, also like not saying it in that way. Like, I asked it in such a thing, but like, did you have any like? Sorry.
But yeah, I was thinking about that also.
Yeah.
And
Such an honest prayer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, I think that was when I had so many things in my mind last night. With in terms of my career as well, and in terms of my family and all of that. And but that's very personal.
You can share. If you don't, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
But yeah. I need to drink this.
Yeah. But that's the way you say it also. Like, it's such a, like, that is such an honest conversation to have with God. Sometimes, for me, previously as well, like, I would be afraid to pray certain things. Like prayers like this.
Yeah.
In a way, right? But that also shows the way you're maturing, or you have matured in your relationship with him, also to be able to have that conversation with him.
Yes.
Yeah. How does, when you said pray, say you were going to say something?
No.
Yeah, did
Go
not
on.
take
No.
It was here. It was here. I saw it.
No, but I
See.
think that was.
It was right here. The wood was right here.
But you know that thing, no? It was in my mind for a long time now.
Yeah.
Because like, who am I without my titles? No, who am I? Who am I inside without
Yeah.
this persona like Koko Savino?
Yeah.
What am I? Who am I? And that was something that has been on my mind for a long time now. And I think there are lots of answers that I still need to dig and find out. And I know that will be only after. I mean, it's going to come gradually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much I can say
But
for
that's
now.
such a profound, even thought to have, because when you say it, it makes sense. Like, it's in a way we are born into the world. We're born with like kind of our family, our biological parents, and kind of what we have here. But that's also one of the reasons why we need to be reborn in Christ, because that's now that becomes our identity.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And to
So
be able
good,
to
yeah.
die to oneself, it's such a that sentence itself needs, like, you could talk forever, because dying to oneself means dying to even all of those things.
Yes.
Dying to yourself means dying to all of that. And we were there. Pastor Ketroje was talking about it, that family loving Jesus.
Oh, go conference me.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And such a hard, even for me, it was such a hard message to hear, because of, again, the things we talked about, like how close my parents
Oh,
are
yeah.
to me, and like him saying you should choose Jesus over your parents.
Yes.
And there would be a time, I think, like 2021 too, where I would even like be same. I would have so many doubts. I was like, wait, how? Like, you say love your parents, but also like, wait, how am I supposed to like deny them, and like if I'm asked to do all these things? But as you mature more, you kind of realize that like dying to self is also that. Not in the way of like neglecting them, but
Right.
one of those things where if you have a genuine like honest choice of the Holy Spirit, kind of laying it down on a table where you have Jesus and you have this.
Yes.
It's one of those things where I think that's also one of the reasons. Just going back to my point earlier, we need to be reborn. Like it's because we're reborn in that identity, and that's also the, yeah. I really want to have a pastor on. We will at some point to have I have a lot of questions, not from a place of unbelief, but that came because of this like search and like this. The more you learn, the more you read, the more you seek, you realize you know very little, right? Like Benjamin Hastings has this wonderful line that says, "To think you know only proves that you don't." Right? And the mystery of Christ, the mystery of Jesus, which is also so profound because we cannot also confine him to the Bible. And this idea of like, if you don't have, the moment you stop having revelations, you're not doing enough, or you're not. You have to check your heart because he's an infinite God.
Yeah.
And he always has something else to show. But yeah, tell me a little bit about that, like your time with God, like you, the way you say it, the way you to be able to have that question. You just can't have that question. Like you enter a room, like, yo, God, what? Like you have to be in a moment. You have to be in a setting. You have to be taking out time in your day or night to have that time. Like, how important is that, and how have you cultivated that? You can think about it. We can take a break. It says pause here and think about it. You want some warm water, ne? Are we? It's getting too cold.
No. Hujo.
Okay, anyways, we'll get back to that. But tell us a little bit about your prayer time.
My prayer time.
Yeah, like how.
No.
Yeah. Like, what are certain like practical things you do to stay connected with God? Because you seem like someone, like the way you shared just now also. Seem like someone.
I try.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
So usually I start by reading the word,
Yeah.
like a certain passage, na? And from then, so I'll first read the word, and after that I Amen. Continue.
Yeah.
Ta dorja kya kar raha hai?
You can go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
ठीक है. So yes, I'll first read the word, and after that I pray,
Yeah.
and yeah. But here's the thing, like when I read the word, I'll read a certain passage, and from then on, what particular word really strikes, no?
Yeah.
So I'll dwell more into that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll Google it, and then blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you'll study it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Study more into it, and that's on the Bible reading part, and then prayer too.
Yeah. How has your relationship with God been? Like, in a sense, were you always close to God? Like, when did you start like having this relationship with Jesus?
I was just a nominal Christian.
Oh,
I think
nice word,
that
nominal
would be
Christian.
that would have to be the perfect explanation. Because I grew up in a Christian home, and my
Yeah.
parents are quite religious.
Makes sense.
So ever since we were little, that
Yeah.
the religious, this concept was
Church,
everything.
Sunday school. Yeah.
And so we grew up with it. So at one point, I took everything for granted.
Because you had it.
Like
Yeah,
I took praying for granted, and I didn't really understand what I was doing. I was just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
That was the thing. But it was only, after it's been a few years. 2 years, I think. 2 years now.
Okay.
That I've really, really understood, the importance of prayer, and I've really strengthened. I'm still strengthening my relationship with God, but I think compared to, a couple of years back now, it has gotten so much better. And at this point, I don't, like I've mentioned earlier, I don't even know what my life would be without Christ. I used to think like, what if I have all the money in the world, or I'm the most popular, but without God, what am I? Like, I won't even find purpose. Like, it won't be enough, But after getting to know God, getting to know him in a personal level, experiencing his goodness and basically his love in general,
Yeah.
I think I'm slowly coming to terms that life without God would be just so, I don't know, it wouldn't make sense. Life wouldn't make sense at all. So now I'm at a point where even if nothing works out, in terms of my career, or if things turn upside down also, I have full confidence that whatever he's doing, he's always going to come through. God always comes through. He's always going to be there. And whatever happens, I know he's going to do it. It'll be for the greater good.
Yeah. It's
So,
him. If
yeah.
it happens, it's him. If it doesn't happen, it's still him.
Yeah, yes, it's still him. If it happens, it's him. If it does not happen, it's still him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's faith, right? It's like not knowing what's there, but you still believing in him that he has taken care of it.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot, but I think it's so liberating and freeing.
is.
Freeing.
It is.
Same word, liberating and freeing. Yeah.
It
to
is.
to just be that. Like I can't imagine thinking about the burdens of my future without leaving it to Jesus now.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it only goes to show there's a reason why there's so much anxiety and depression happening in the world because of how, like, we are able to, like, it's such a cheat code for us to just be able to be like, yo, God.
Yeah, thank God for
this
that.
is yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
How you said you were a nominal Christian in your words, and now you're someone who like clearly say you cannot do this without him. What changed? What happened? What was it? Like, how did you get from here to here?
Prism.
Yeah,
But I think Prism has changed a lot of our lives.
yeah.
But wait 1 second.
Ooh,
Makita.
tissue paper is
No. Vicks
Bit of-
lagais na, so I'm like pani ulan like.
Oh,
I like have a cold now. I feel like
yeah,
okay. Anyway, my sister cold.
yeah,
Okay. Rolling. Continue.
yeah. Prism.
Where were we? Oh
Prism.
yes. So Prism was basically like the icebreaker for me. But I mean, honestly though, through Prism, I met all of you, Munguli as well, and Uditali and Oya and everyone. Nah?
Yeah,
And I saw a different side of life, or I would say I started to view things differently
wow.
after meeting you all, encountering you all. No? And I'm still, learning so much from all of you. And my perspective on life and God in general, everything took a 360 turn.
Wow.
Honestly, that was the thing. And
180.
180.
360 is all the way and back.
All the way back, no? Yes. 180. Yes, 180. Okay.
Starting all the way to start back.
But no, honestly, even then, ingat hagishe.
Yeah.
I had people like that, but I never really saw it.
Yeah.
And it was only after joining Prism and with all the experiences we've had there,
Yeah.
I think it was my Kairos moment.
Wow.
Prism, no? It was basically that. And so since then, since we have, I think the good thing about Prism is we're such a small niche community, right?
Yeah.
And
Just 100 of us.
Yeah. So just 100 of us. But but with the fellowships we have then and now, and I'm so blessed. After Prism, I've met.
Hallelujah, blessed. I have to say it. I don't know why. OCD. When you say I'm so blessed, I have to say hallelujah,
I'm
blessed.
so- But I've met amazing friends,
Yeah.
and community is so important. So something inside me changed. I could feel it,
Yeah.
and I think ever since then, life has been good.
Yeah. I think it's also the a lot of our kind of subconscious fears are put to rest when we have that community.
Oh yeah, that's
Why I say so is, excuse me, oftentimes like people like us, like I think most of us again would be in our 20s who are in prison. We are in this stage of life where yes, we have friends, but oftentimes we have learned over time that like one of the most important things with friendships or relationships is trust,
Yes.
right? And it takes a lot to build that trust with anyone randomly. But just being able to be in a community where you know that like, oh, we're all centered around this pillar of Christ and truth. You just know that like someone, and this is voluntarily. It's not like our parents are sending us here.
No.
It's different from a Bible school or something like that, right? Where, so I think it's also that like one of the biggest things is we're able to just let go and like find ourselves in that place of just pure, like surrender even because we are there for one, like this one goal, one purpose is to get to know Him better and like live through Him, kind of a thing. Yeah. And who do you listen to? Who's on your phone? Who's in your ears often?
I'll have to check with.
be it music, be it like on YouTube and stuff, whatever.
Music, it's basically I don't have a particular singer that I listen to.
This didn't end well for
It
Timsy Clover,
always
you know.
changes.
This didn't end too well for Timsy Clover.
Oh really?
But I asked her about her algorithm. So
Oh.
yeah. It's a funny thing. You'll see it when you see it.
Okay. Oh wow. See, Mungli's घर में internet is so bad.
Oh my gosh.
क्या करूँ?
Let the world know.
Let the whole world know.
Yeah. Is this part of the house?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was
God
going
is
to show you
protecting this
guys
part
my
from-
playlist. Okay, oh, yeah. But the one thing that's popping out is this one, Sure Been Good by Elevation Worship, Tiffany Hudson.
Tiffany Hudson is really good.
She's really
Especially
good.
over the past year, she's been
really,
like
really good.
like coming up.
And her
Been so
voice,
good
oh
and
my
stuff.
gosh.
Yeah.
She has such a distinct voice, yeah.
Like you.
Nice. No, not like me. She's better than me.
No, distinct voice kushe, so it's different from each other. What's your all-time favorite worship song? Or who are you, that and also like maybe like who are you listening to? Like top, you did say Sure Been Good, so
My music taste, actually it always
Changes.
changes, yeah.
Makes sense.
But for now, I'm listening to a lot of Elevation Worship, a lot of worship songs for
Okay.
now, for
Yeah.
this season of my life.
That's so good.
basically.
That's so good.
Yes.
Who do you listen to then otherwise? Like do you watch sermons online? Do you
There's one preacher, I forgot his name. I forgot his name,
Vlad.
but I can't. Yes, that.
No
that. Wow. No, I can't pronounce his full name.
Vlad. The guy with
Vlad.
the eyes like this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this guy.
Pastor Vlad.
Yeah.
He has a child now, nah? He carries his bacha all the time nowadays when he's preaching.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
watched that sermon as well.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I've been listening to him. I've been subscribed to all his newsletter, everything. Like, I'm in there.
So very clear authority as
Yes.
and no lights and
No,
stuff
no.
like it's very zip zip. It does it. Yeah. Purely, I think from the word as well. And
Yeah.
one person similar that Uncle Tali once introduced to me was why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden? I lost him once I deactivated my account. Yeah. David Digga Hernandez. He's also someone like Vlad. Purely the word. Similar guy is also Preston Morrison. Preston Morrison.
Yes.
The guy is straight camera. He talks.
Yeah, I've seen few clips.
These guys are like very stoic, even in a way. The way they say the word, and really not the best for someone with ADHD, I guess, because but works. Like what have you done maybe like after Prism as well? Like, because you said it's a change, but Prism is just 2 weeks. Post that, like there's definitely growth and there's definitely I've seen you throughout, right? Like, so what are the things that you do? Like who do you like? What do you do? What are a few things that you do to keep God close?
Of course, there.
Why I ask you is because
yeah.
like you're also someone that I really look up to over time.
Oh, no.
Like after Prism, yeah, really, because no matter how Uncle Tali and I talk about it, like after Prism, also like the Bible studies and all that. Like no matter how busy you are with your schedules, you always kind of make time to the Bible studies and just to be part of the community and stuff like that. And someone like you, who you said, and I know that you're really busy as well, but you just make time, you take out time to do all of these things. So it's really, really something that is admirable.
Okay.
So like a few conscious things like that, right? Like,
Of course, you can always listen to a lot of podcasts. You can worship songs, or you can watch sermons and everything. But I think at the end of the day, it all goes down to your personal time with God,
Wow.
because that's something I learned. At one point, I was very dependent on like listening to podcasts, and I'd be like, wow, and all. But
it fades away.
it fades away, And that's when I realized, I think what's more important is my alone time with God, my personal time with God. And even if I don't listen to any songs, if I don't listen to podcasts and whatnot, I like to make sure that my alone time with God is the main, the main priority.
Yeah.
So I've seen, how do I put it? I'm not finding the right word.
Sure.
I've seen so much progress, I would say, in my spiritual life after
You've grown.
growth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the right word. So much growth after I took some time out of my schedule to just sit down and then prioritize prayer time. That has been really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way you said, like, the podcast and all that doesn't matter when you have that, because that's your true connection with Him too.
No, actually.
That's
Yes.
Him. That's like the pure, again, the Word of God is purely Him.
Yes.
And be it the podcast, be it the sermons, and I'm someone who listens to all of that and like have benefited so much from that, but all of that is a filtered version from a certain person's perspective, right? If you're listening to Pastor Vlad, it's his interpretation. Worship songs are someone else's. That when you read the Word and you're spending time with Him, you're opening that channel to like have that conversation with Him,
right.
the Creator. And it's even I think crazier to think how the enemy distracts us so much from that, and like keeps us from that, and has kept us from that. Like before, you to your point, like you have made sure now you find that time to do it.
Right.
But how much life has changed after that, and how, like, wait, I was not having this, like, and the enemy has done that, like, has made us so busy, has made us so, and even
So busy,
compromise and comfortable enough with, again, the podcasts and all these things, right?
I agree.
Those things are good, but the most important thing is again that connection with the Lord, right? Anything you want to share other than this, and in like God topic? We can always come back, but
I don't know. You ask me, because I can't think of
anything. What's your favorite Bible verse?
wait.
Homework karna na ni.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Ako na na. Okay, yes. So, my favorite Bible verse. Okay.
It's okay if you don't have one. I was gonna imagine.
I do. No, but remember how I was talking about this. What was it? Having this talk with God about how if I don't have anything.
Yeah.
So there's this one verse, very common. We sing this in Sunday school also.
Yeah.
That has been very, how not prominent, but highlighted a lot lately.
Okay.
Matthew
6:33.
Of course, you know it.
Seek
Seek
first
first the kingdom of God,
and all these things will be added to you. Yeah.
So that has to be my favorite Bible verse for this season. Yeah. I think even Alobonaga.
Yeah.
He mentioned that in one of the Gilgal, something retreat, prayer home, something like that. He mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
And for this season in my life, I think this verse is like so apt, and
Every season,
definitely. But this verse has been highlighted a lot for me because there was a point in my life where, I was so carried away by the world, and I forgot to focus on Him.
Yeah.
And even if I go to Him, I only go to Him for blessings, to ask for blessings. So it's always like, give me this, give me that,
Yeah.
And But for now, it's like I want to know him more.
Yeah. No, it's hard.
Yeah, know his heart exactly. And I want to be like, how do I put it? Know him in a personal level, be very confident in him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So good. And it's so beautiful that we're talking about it like this because I don't know if you realize it, but you will now. It's again, this has to be God. It is just like how we talked about our fathers,
Oh, wow, yeah.
right?
Yes.
It's us who have to go to them. He loves us; they love us all the time. But
Right.
it's just us finding
We
time
just
and
have
going
to.
and spending time with them and
Ha.
talking to them, and we want to know them better. We have that hunger, we have that love, and we want to just, it's so beautiful.
You make an effort from your end, no? To just
And
build that relationship.
yeah,
also.
and just for the audience, like we're recording this after a couple of episodes that have been recorded. I will put it out as the first episode just because of certain reasons. But why I'm saying that Koko is this is God. I don't know if you guys remember, like Matthew 6:33 is something we've been talking about the last episodes as well.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, every episode.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Aw.
Yeah,
Damn, goosebumps, yeah?
yeah, it's God. It has to be God. There are ways He shows that it's Him.
Wow, so good.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's confirmations. Yeah, it always happens. And what else? Like, is there any other verses, other places, other things in the Bible that you have been delving into, but you have been finding interesting?
There's one. Was it Jeremiah or Isaiah? I'm not so
Jeremiah
sure.
29?
Right now. No. There's one particular chapter.
33, Jeremiah 33,
Oh my gosh.
Isaiah 41.
I have it highlighted in my Bible, but I'm confused between Isaiah and Jeremiah.
What are the
I'm not
words?
so sure. But it's about it's a prophecy, sort of. I think, was it prophecy, or it's something along the lines of where, God will put the word in our hearts.
Oh.
Like you don't have to go and preach. It's something along that lines.
Oh wow.
But He will put the word in our hearts. It's something like that.
Okay.
It's more towards restoration.
Okay.
Yeah, so that particular chapter as well.
Oh wow.
I don't
But
remember.
even as we get into the Bible and we just realize all the answers are right there. Right? Like it's just so rich and just everything is there.
Yeah.
Everything, man.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, on a lighter note, what's something Coco does other than music? You like food?
Well, I'm a foodie.
You're a foodie.
I love food.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about what I eat, but I'm a big foodie.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So what's your top 3?
I love like soups.
Okay.
I love soup.
Okay.
And I love seafood.
Yeah.
And what else do I love? I love Chinese food.
No communion?
I know. Come on. That was not part of the question. But yeah.
Spiritual
If you want to
food.
buy me food, get me like soupy stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, what's the weirdest food you've had? This the question
Weirdest?
from Bodevi.
I don't know. I don't think I've had any, because
Actually, everything is so normal that like it's not weird anymore.
I mean, iripuka, that's not weird anymore because
Exactly, that's what I said.
that's not like you don't eat iripuka. You guys are missing out. Both of you don't. Wow.
You don't eat ibuka. Oh,
You have allergy. Oh.
snake सब खाएर हो.
But snake to not
Iripuka
try
lah.
my.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
snakes, no spiders, nothing. No weird food. Yeah?
Spiders, ew.
People eat spider. People eat this one also. What do you call it? Kujilipuka.
Caterpillars.
Caterpillars. Yeah. People eat caterpillars.
Oh, the one with the fur.
Yeah, the one with the fur.
Ugh.
So they basically
Brother,
burn the
ugh.
fur and then they fry it in it.
Oh
People
my
do eat.
gosh.
Huh? My I know few.
Putting them on the podcast na. Naam sa na. Sudden.
But yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask a couple of things. was there. It was right there. It was right there. Can you rank your siblings?
Rank. I would do it easily. Yeah. I'm sorry if you're watching.
Yeah. Are you gonna do it?
No, I won't do it.
What are a few things that now going back to just music? We'll stay here for a couple. Pizza's coming, so we can just wait until pizza comes. But nice way to keep guests, nah? Nice. I think I should do this in the future also. Just wait for the pizza to come to keep the podcast going.
The pizza better be good, huh?
Okay. Okay. So shout out to the pizza place. We won't tell the name until you pay us. Yeah. So yeah, what I was saying was what say? Oh, okay. What are a few practical things a young Koko can do? Like if there's a younger person wanting to be where you are, like or one like they've seen you, they're like, oh my gosh, this girl, this voice, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure there are like hundreds of people like that there when they see you sing, when they hear you sing. Oh, I thought of one more thing I should be talking about. Which pin. Remind me of wedding. Okay, wedding. We'll talk about weddings. But yeah, tell me a little bit about tell them who need to hear, who want to have that skill that you have. What are a few things that one can do to get to where you are? Practical things.
Practical things, no? Apart from having this passion for singing, I think...
And like something that doesn't involve like skulls and candles and chalk. Yeah.
Most practical thing would have to be to take up singing lessons.
Yeah.
That's very important. And I think with singing lessons, you will learn a lot, like what you need to do for your voice type, because everyone has different voice type, no? But for me, no, what I do for... Huh? Like, one thing... so bad, okay?
We'll blur this. We'll bleep it out. Like teeth.
So bad.
We'll keep this one. We'll beep this name.
Talagang ang kujilay tau. Yeah, they were sneezing. Moron. Okay. I wanna cough.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
So yes,
Everyone has
definitely
different voice, like
take up singing lessons.
yeah.
And you need to do your vocal warm-ups exercises
Oh, wow.
every day. Like that's very important. That's something I keep reminding myself also. But there's one particular exercise, okay, I've been keeping it for so long, but I feel like I'll just share it to you.
Oh wow.
There's this breathing.
You're gonna put it behind a paywall.
No.
You can ask them
There's
to pay us and then we can tell us.
Breathing. What do you call it? I won't say
Exercise.
mechanism. No,
Exercise.
it's a
Technique.
device. Not device. Also, how
Breathing
do I put
device.
instrument? Sort of.
Okay.
It's called respirometer. I think you might know.
Like the bubbles.
The
balls.
balls. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got that from my father.
Oh
Yeah.
really? Oh my goodness. That has
Three
been
balls.
game changer.
The
Yeah.
3 color balls. You have to get them. Yeah.
That has been like game changer for
and
me.
maintaining it and all that stuff is an exercise. Yes.
Because I think if you want to have good vocals, if you want to sing better, then it's very important that you work on your breath management. Nah?
Yeah, because
Breath
there's some things
management
of,
is
like,
so important.
diaphragm, labra,
Yes.
and then the stomach and the
Hi,
chest.
hi.
Oh, okay,
So
interesting.
if you have good breath management, then basically your overall tone will improve. Your singing, I
So
mean,
someone like me who has asthma, there's no hope.
no, I think that will help you a lot.
Asthma will help.
No, the
There's hope,
respirometer.
boys, there's hope.
The respirometer.
Oh,
I think you should do it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, it's game changer.
my father's
Good for
voice, he's a
youngsters.
singer now after using it.
Oh, wow.
I was kidding.
But no, that is like really good. So if you're someone who struggle with, like singing high notes, even or singing loudly,
Yeah.
or if
singing
you don't,
just in general.
singing in general,
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
matter,
yeah.
I think you should definitely respirometer is a
Wow,
good place to
okay.
start.
Okay. We should put in a link, affiliate link.
Yeah,
for
please do that.
respirometer. Let's find it. It'll be in the description. What? See?
I'm sure you've had like fans come up to you in public to take pictures and stuff like that. Like it could be a funny story. Do you have any funny stories like that? Like can you say a really funny one?
Oh,
She called it crazy, but I was like, I was kidding.
I don't know. I haven't had too many fan encounters because I'm not there yet.
I'm surprised.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember clearly. Yeah. I know I have one, but I can't remember it right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Stay
nice,
tuned.
Nice excuse.
Future में.
Nice,
Future
nice.
को.
Next episode, please.
Next episode.
Yeah. You should join again. You're welcome. So yeah. With that said, what a porrio. Not the wedding, but there's one more I was gonna say. Koko singing.
You didn't do your homework now?
Yeah, I didn't do my
You
homework.
didn't listen balik. Then.
Oh, how the turntables. Nice. I see. Nice. Good job. So yeah, weddings. You've been performing in weddings. How's that been? And how did that start?
How did that start?
Because you're also someone who's like, I'm not saying this because you're here, but you're the person for weddings. Like I feel like your voice
Wow.
and the way you are and the way you sing, is just meant for those special moments. And I do see you like that. I do see you more like, yes, you can. I think you can sell out stadiums if you want to, but I feel you're also just the way you are. Just like I don't know if you feel the same or if you aspire to go that way, but like I feel you're just in this like theater vibe. It's
Oh,
just
yes.
so much more you than like a big stadium. I
Right.
feel.
I agree.
Yeah.
So weddings is like, I love performing in weddings, honestly. Especially performing at ceremonies, no? Wedding ceremonies, because...
So ceremonies are different from receptions.
Yes.
Ceremonies are the vows.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Those are basically my favorite. Because it's such a... Wedding is so sacred, you know?
Yeah.
And to be able to sing, to bless the couple through singing, it's like... I don't know. It's just gold. I really love singing at weddings. Also, like we've mentioned, intimate setups, no?
Yeah.
It's more me. So I feel like I connect and I'm able to bring out, more emotions, or basically tell stories better in settings like that.
Yeah. And
Basically.
like I'm really lucky and blessed to like have heard you sing live and stuff. But that's exactly for you. You're someone who brings every word to life. And in such setting it's so like special because every word means a lot, and like you're not just choosing random songs.
No,
right?
I'm not. No, not
Yeah.
choosing random songs.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I always make sure that I mean every word I sing, no? So, yes, it's very precious.
How like that's something we discussed the last time after a shoot was that role of a singer in a wedding is also sometimes commoditized in the sense that it just has to be like some people just choose anyone and everyone, right? And the same as like someone like a designer like me, it's like oh, design is just there, but there's a difference between choosing a really good one and just choosing anyone. And I'm not asking this to like, and you definitely do not have any like pride to answer it out of like bragging and all that stuff. But what are a few things that you do to honor that? How do you make it special? Like, what are a few things you do to make it special for them?
So one thing I do is,
Yeah,
with, of course, I ask them if they have any special,
yeah.
songs that they wish for me to sing, and along with that,
What if it's like a
time-
rap song?
No, definitely not. I mean, if it is, I'll have to learn it and sing it.
Hey, there we
Yeah.
go. Nice.
But I do ask a little bit of their, their love story.
Yeah.
Can you say it like that?
Wow, intentional.
Yeah.
You're intentional about it.
And most times it's like that. And that's how the song most of the songs actually, so in terms of song selection, if the bride and groom have limited options, I give them my song suggestions.
Oh wow.
Or if not, most of the time it's from their end. So it's so much more special,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And you hear the stories a little bit and stuff.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And you like it.
That's the best part. Yeah.
And
It's really nice.
you seem like you're enjoying that also, and that's
Yeah, I do.
such a huge part of
Yeah, I love
making
that.
it work.
Yeah. And so once you know the story, the songs that you're singing makes more sense.
Yeah.
So you're able to portray so much more emotion, so much more depth when you sing.
Yeah.
you know?
Is there anyone that stands out? What was the most special one that you had? Is there anyone that like really stands out? Like a wedding?
Wedding?
Yeah. Where you sang?
Oh
where you
yeah, there
felt
was
it
one.
Pretty strong. Can I guess? Was it Jason's?
Oh, right.
Nah?
Yeah. I think I remember telling you about it
Yeah.
also after the wedding was done. Like, that wedding was like special. Oh my gosh.
She kept it with like,
Wow.
I just knew it. I think I remember telling you, Krisha. Yeah. I was really so smart.
No, but that wedding was,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Like, if I ever get married, I also want a wedding like that. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But yeah.
What about
Beautiful.
it? What about it? What was
so
it?
pure, so beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In terms of performances,
Mm-hmm.
like your top, like, is there any like special performance that you just like?
Honestly, I haven't really performed a lot like most of the other artists.
Yeah.
But if I have to count the few, if I have to choose from
What
amongst
stands
the
out?
few,
Yeah.
it would have to be the recent one we did at something. Where was
Moshong.
it? Yeah, Mokchung. Mokchung was so
I missed
special.
it. But I saw you online. I told you. I think I talked to you about it after that.
I think so.
I think I called you or I sent you a voice note telling you about
Which one was
how
it?
I saw you live.
Was it at Clark Theological College Wala or?
Oh, no. I was talking about the one light.
I keep looking
Yeah.
at something like he knows the answer.
Yeah.
But
You went with Kubang and Uncle Tali.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah.
so beautiful, yeah.
Oh,
It's
nice.
really nice. I enjoyed.
What was
I
it? What was
enjoyed.
it? Was it like the whole room?
I mean, the aura was definitely different,
Yeah.
and I think it was the people also that added so much
Wow.
more light to it, and the company was good. And
You should have stayed. You should have stayed longer for Dimapur Government College.
really,
Nah, the
I
room.
had classes though.
The room was different.
Oh yeah,
At Love Catching by Surprise.
huh?
I think Abdul shared a video in the group.
Oh yeah, I think I saw like clips.
I felt I was recording, and I was like, the thought I was having was this is throne room.
Wow, wow.
It was so beautiful. Like, it was.
Damn.
Well, I think the dust added a little bit to the vibe. Like, it was quite dusty to make it like visually it was a little blurry. But no, but actually, like I remember taking the video, but also like looking up and everyone was singing "Love Catching by Surprise,"
Wow.
and I remember like just young people crying, weeping, and like hugging, and then it was like I think it was noon, around afternoon, and there's like a window on top, and so the light was like just coming in such a wonderful way.
Right.
And then again, this I'm not trying to be funny, but the dust and all that, like just little dust particles, like it just shows. But it was so beautiful for some
Yeah,
reason. But again, the feeling I was having was like this is throne room, minus the pollution. But yeah, this is really it was you should have stayed there. It was really special. Yeah, and that's when I also realized it's so important. The crowd is so important.
The crowd is important.
Dimapur government
For sure.
government. Dimapur
Dimapur Government College.
That's all like Dimapur Government College was so such an eye opener for me in terms of like how laugh.
Oh God.
It was such an eye opener for me in terms of like how the crowd really.
I just cannot picture Munguli with that our accent, yeah. Say that again.
Supermarket.
Okay, carry on. Whew, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, what I was saying was, the crowd makes such a huge difference and how they receive you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What's on your mind? No, we don't kiss it. Don't kiss it.
No, no.
Let it out.
I can't stop if I love you. Sorry. Carry on.
Driving, you drive quite a bit. Does it relieve stress? It does for me. That's why I'm asking.
Stress.
Like, is it cathartic or is it just a male thing? It's a very male thing, I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
Like we drive to let it out.
No, I don't do that. I
And
drive
also like
because
kill
I have
people
to
in
go to
GTA.
work.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. I drive because I have to go to work. That's pretty But I love driving, yeah. I actually do.
Nice, nah?
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Love to drive.
Dream car.
My dream car.
Imagine like a crazy fan finds it and then like 10 years later they send you this car.
I don't know. I don't have no specific dream car, yeah.
the right
I'm
opportunity
sorry to
to ask for a car.
disappoint you
Yeah.
guys, but I want like a bigger car.
Like a
A lot. Can you say?
SUV types.
Yeah,
Same.
I want to upgrade. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. I'm waiting for God to surprise me. Types. Music to. Ikta ka na ko to Michelle. So probably next year only. I think I'll have to work on it. But I was thinking, no, for this next song, like you suggested last time,
Yeah.
I just put out a lyric video. Yeah.
Really?
Nah, it will, wait,
What
I'm
about
looking
video?
at you because
I'll
you
do
know.
it. I'll do it. I have to finish this one also.
But of course, this
Yeah.
time I'll pay you for it.
No, it's
For
okay.
free.
Hikoy. But this are we rolling? Your other cameras rolling na? Yeah, nice. Audio rolling na? Yeah.
Oh,
So
damn.
what I was saying was like this recent song. I think it's also we talked about this before about how like we want to just keep it as is. Like it's so beautiful. The one that you put out, the one you're sitting on the ground.
Ah.
Like it should be like that. Like
Wow.
no nothing. Don't distract. Like you have such a good voice
Oh,
and you do
thank
it so well. Don't add more things. And you have done that so beautifully.
Wow, thank you.
And like just with the right amount, right? Like you had you, of course, and then that's it. And like it was nice kind of lighting and stuff like that. But it was your voice, excuse me, within the video, the voice and the song didn't get lost. And I feel a lot of musicians do that and fall into that the trap
Oh,
of
Okay.
overdoing it.
Right.
And
I
it's
think,
good
yeah.
if you don't have a good voice. Like, it's good if you don't have a good voice and you want to just make it up. You can kind of make it up with production. You can make it up with more of the instruments and the effects and all that stuff, and also the music video. That's how you can get the views. Someone like you, we talked about this as well.
Yeah.
I've said this to Bozio as well. Like, you guys have it. Like, you guys have it. So you guys don't have to do anything else. Of course, if you want to and if you're led to, it's fine. But don't let that distract. And like you have done that so well in this one. And I thought I'll let you know over text, but I knew you were gonna be coming on here, so I wanted to let you know here. Like
Oh,
it's,
nice. Thank you.
It's so beautiful. It's so good.
Wow.
What's the name?
Love wins all.
Love Wins All on YouTube. Koko Savino. Check it out.
Cover.
It's a cover. Whose is
It's
it?
a cover.
Whose is it?
It's by IU. It's actually a Korean song,
Oh wow.
but they used a translation of another singer, no?
Oh,
So she wrote
interesting.
it so beautifully.
Translate Me to You, yeah? Me to You. Me to You is that classic Korean song, no?
Oh yeah.
Na-na-na-na.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, off the charts, I'm telling you. Off the charts. If you do it,
Hey, so
like you heard it first. I'm
Sana na?
telling you, it's such a classic. And I feel it's also the ripe time. Because it's that nostalgia cycle coming, like, where I saw a viral video of like a bunch of Koreans on the street playing the guitar to this song.
Oh yeah. I saw it as
You
well.
get it? Like this has potential to like if you do it.
Snap, ready? Keyboardist.
Find a translation and go for it, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah,
It's
that's a good
off the
idea.
charts,
Yeah,
off
I
the
love
charts.
that.
And like
Let's do it.
yeah. It's gonna be great. What are some things that's cooking for you? Any last things? Other than our pizza is on our way, but
Any last words? No?
yeah, I guess so. we can extend it, but
I have. I mean, I finished working on one original song,
ooh.
so I think just mixing, mastering is left,
Yeah.
and after that, I'm sure it'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So I have plans to release it next year only. So let's see.
Oh, nice.
I'm very excited about the song. Little spoiler, this song is more like there's not so much to it. We
Yeah.
try to keep it as simple as possible because
Yeah.
we wanted it to be more like, like
A light one.
yeah, more or less like a personal prayer.
Oh wow.
We just wanted to make it seem like that. So I'm really excited for that one.
So
Yeah.
good. So
And the
good.
production was also so well done.
Oh really?
So I'm really happy with it. Very simple, but the right amount of like just a little bit of everything is there, nah?
Wow.
The right amount.
Wow.
So I'm
Um,
excited.
That got me to the point I forgot. Now it's back.
Ooh.
We spoke about it before as well. Christian music, like being a Christian musician in the secular world, like or like this distinction and how do you fit into it, and like how just in a place where you are putting these songs out, and do you distinguish between the two, or how intentional are you with like the songs that you put out and what God, and because you're someone who has the voice, who has the talent, you could easily just put out any song and all that, but like I can see that you're pretty intentional with the things you're putting out, the things you where you are and all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, singing, like I've mentioned, is storytelling, right? You're basically telling story through the songs that you sing. So the message behind it is very important for me.
Yeah.
So whenever I am to put out a song, or if I have to make any song for that matter, I want to make sure that the message behind it is, is good. You're putting out, like a positive
Yeah.
message there.
Yeah.
With that being said, I do a lot of sad songs as well,
Okay. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I do sad songs for
The sad people.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But I make sure to, like put out songs that don't give out good message, because there's so many catchy songs with.
You make sure to put out songs that don't give a good message.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Please correct
Hello.
yourself, Koko.
Hello.
Because this,
I make sure I don't sing songs that don't put out good message. In the sense,
Yeah,
songs that melodies can be really good, but the message is like totally different.
and that's Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
the,
what
that's
I try.
the mainstream. Oh man,
Try
it's
to avoid
crazy.
that.
The trends and the catchiness.
I
and then
know.
when you really get into the words, and like, what? How are you talking? How are you talking about this? Like, what is happening?
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and like songs that bring life, I think.
Songs that bring life, exactly.
Not
Songs
death,
that bring life.
right?
It
Like-
could be gospel song, could be a beautiful love song. Does not matter, nah?
Yeah. And it's,
So-
it's creativity is of God though.
Yeah.
And like I talk about it a lot. It's like we are made in His image, and He's a creator Himself.
Yes.
So I also believe when we create, He actually delights
He
in
does.
it, because we're actually doing what He does. We're bringing things out of nothing, and
Yes.
when we do it in partnership with Him,
In partnership with him.
right?
Exactly.
And again, it could be a song that doesn't have the word Jesus,
Right.
But
Right.
like
Yeah.
it still has the love of Him,
Yes.
and it's inspired by that. Now, with that said, it's also very important, to your point, like be aligned with God,
Yeah, the posture
to-
of your heart, no?
Exactly.
It's very
because
important.
out
yes.
of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks,
Exactly. Yes.
right?
Amen. So good.
And that's also one of the reasons why what you feed in is also so important. Do you do that? Like, do you just avoid certain things just because it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I know that I want to talk
Yeah,
about
I'm very
like,
intentional about.
how do you do
I
it?
try
Like,
to be intentional about it. Yeah.
oh,
So that would be in terms of like movies as well, no? Certain movies I avoid, or certain songs,
Yeah.
mainstream songs,
yeah.
and yeah,
Because
I think
it seeps in though.
it
just
does.
seeps
It
in.
does. Yes,
Yeah.
that's so
yeah,
true. Mainly movies and songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's crazy, because there's songs that go like, I want to die,
Right.
and like, what are you saying, and it just gets to your head. And now
It does.
these are words and Proverbs 18, right? Proverbs 18? The power of life and death are in your tongue. Right? Like, power of life and death are
That
in your tongue. Like,
yeah.
it's literally
Yeah.
what you're saying
Yeah.
is what you're putting out.
Yes.
And like, it's crazy if you're saying
Your
like,
words have power.
yeah. So, and it's so powerful, and it's also such a, what do you say? Like, an interesting perspective for you to also see the power you have as a creative. Because you have the power to actually bring life. Yeah. I mean, as a woman, literally to bring life to the world as well. But yeah.
Right.
Well, man, Koko, thank you so much. I'll end it, but we can just sit and chat if
Yeah,
needed.
yeah.
But Koko, thank you so much for joining. It's such an honor, like I said before, to know you as a friend and
Likewise.
to have you, and just again, just to see you do life the way you do. You're really someone I look up to, and would love to have you again. I hope all of you who have listened to this or watching this, those of you who have watched this far, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. Thank you.
Koko, any final words?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I think you're one of the few people whom I actually really look up to for real.
Thank you.
You're such an inspiration for all of us. I think everyone who know you can agree to it.
Thank you.
You know, and you're such a blessing as well. And there's so much that I've learned from you, and I'm continuing to learn. Just seeing the way you do life, no, it's very inspiring. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think at this point can't imagine how our lives would be without you in it also, and Prism
wow.
community as a whole.
Thank you so
So
much.
thank you for having me, and to all the viewers, support Munguli in his new venture, one of his new venture actually,
Yeah.
because this guy is like one man army.
Thank you.
But yes, thank you so much for supporting me as well, and such an honor for me to be here, and I had such a good time. I'll be putting out new music.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'm gonna put out new music, so I really need your love and support in the coming days. So I'll be counting on you for that. Thank you for listening, and thank you for all the love.
Yeah. Make sure to follow her. Where?
Instagram,
What's your username?
I think it's Koko.Savino, no?
Yeah, and YouTube channel.
Koko21.
Oh,
I'll have to
okay.
double check.
Then you have to share. No,
Koko21. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, and we'll cut it, but we'll just keep it.
A 1,